with that partner, explain like what happened there, because that's an important thing. And I know a lot of people that get into this business, they get into it with a partner. I mean, what happened with the partner?
I actually was a transaction that I did, which was really close to my house. I started building that website. I just had an idea at one point, and I was like, okay, well, let's start a website. And then, that website was, starting to do really well. And I was the first rank on Google. Nobody else was doing that back here in Montreal. So I was ranked first, started to have lead coming in. And I found this house, which was really close to me. So I was like, wow, okay, it's a good house. So I need to buy it. And I was calling everybody and anybody to see if someone could, partner up with me, someone that had money. And I found out this guy who was doing wholesale. He was, just out of the city a little bit, and he was doing wholesale. And I was like, hey, do you want to partner up with me with this house? I know you have a bit of money, you know the game a little, you're doing it. So he was like, yeah, okay, well, just show me the house and tell me the numbers and I'll help you out. I was like, great, I have someone. Awesome. So it was this house, which was a 1-story house, 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom, which was worth about 250. And it's a funny story actually, because the owner were growing weed out of the basement. So obviously there was a lot of mold and a lot of renovation to be done, and they got caught. So the police came in, they got arrested and everything. And it's funny because they contacted me via my website. As soon as they got caught, they were like, oh, we don't know what to do. We need to sell the house. And I was like, well, great. It's a good opportunity. I'm going to buy it. Didn't turn out very well for 2 things, actually. First thing was the partner. Wasn't really a good partner because actually, he was unreachable. He hired this guy, which was really, really not good. And I was trying to help him. I was the type of guy who wanted to get, on the workplace and trying to help the guy, just by being the helper, just to learn. And then whatever I was doing, the guy was redoing everything. So we lost so much money and so much time because of that. And the other thing why it was a bad deal is because, like I told you, the cops came in and arrested those people, but there was a delay between the arrestation and the court date, obviously. And at one point, the court seized the house, but I was like in the middle of the renovation. And I was in the house, doing renovation. I heard a knock and I was like, okay, open up the door. It was the cops. So it was like, oh, we're coming in to seize the house, taking picture. You can't touch anything anymore. The house is being seized. And you need to call this number if you want anything. But
you owned the house at this point when they seized it.
I didn't really own the house. I was doing a subject too. So can you imagine?
The plot thickens.
Yeah, and if you don't know what a subject to is the owner stays the owner, but I took the mortgage and all the payment. So I was doing the payment for them, and I was putting money in to do renovation. And I was supposed to put money in, and the other guy, which was my partner, was supposed to, reimburse me, which he didn't do. And in the middle of the renovation, cops came in, seized the house. I was like, oh my God, I got $10,000. I got $20,000 in at that point. So I was like, what the hell do I do now? So I learned pretty quickly by calling, I didn't want to call a lawyer because I didn't have any money, obviously. And started calling the number that the cops gave me. And it was the director of the pursuit of the court. I don't know what exactly. Started talking to her and I was like, okay, what's the solution? I was really like, okay, let's find a solution because now I'm $20,000 in. And she was like, well, it's okay if I give you the authorization to sell it, it's fine. So I was like, hey, okay, I'm a real estate agent. I'm going to list the house and I'm going to sell it and recoup part of my investment by making a commission. So that's how I saved it. But I only made $10,000 commission. So I lost $10,000 overall.
that still could have went much worse than that. So
Oh yeah. Oh my God. It
I
was
can
so bad.
imagine how much you learned just from that one experience right there, because not only did you bring on the wrong partner, you got into kind of a, I don't want to say that subject twos are complicated, but they're not something everybody's familiar with. And it
Yeah.
leaves the door open for things like that's the first time I've ever heard of something like that happening. But wow.